Today I'm going to share with you guys what I think is the coolest modification you can make to an Ioniq 5, Ioniq 6, or Kia EV6. This mod fixes one of my biggest complaints with the car, and I'm really excited to share it with you guys today. So if you want to find out all about it and how to install it, then stay tuned. Hey everyone, it's the Ioniq guy. If this is your first time to the channel, I just want to say welcome. My name is Corbin, and I cover all things Hyundai, Kia, Genesis, EV related. Now, if you've watched any of my major review videos of the Ioniq 5 over the last couple years, then you know one of my biggest complaints about the car is the fact that it doesn't have walk-away lock. What is walk-away lock, you ask? Well, there are certain automakers out there that implement this feature that when you get out of the car and close the door and start walking away, the car will detect the key fob is now out of range and it will automatically lock the car doors. Those of you who have lived with one of those cars for a while and are on the forgetful side, you might really miss that feature, as I do. I know there's been plenty of times I've accidentally left my Ioniq 5 unlocked because I forgot to push the button on the door or the button on the key fob to lock it. I was recently on the Ioniq forum and I stumbled across a thread from a user named TPA Fun, and he posted about this device. He put together a really nice installation guide, which I used for basing mine off of, so huge shout out to TPA Fun, excellent job. Now unfortunately, this device is not going to add proximity sensing based walkaway, but it is going to add time-based walkaway. Now, what do I mean by that? So with this device, as you get out of the car, you shut the door, you walk away. After 10 seconds, all the doors are going to automatically lock. And for me, this is good enough. I installed this device on my car about a month ago, and I've been using it every single time I get out of the car. It works flawlessly. It's a fantastic add. It's my new favorite modification one can do to these cars. Now, you might be wondering what the installation process of this looks like. It's actually really simple. And the kit that I'm putting together for you guys makes it even simpler. Using these little wire splice connectors, these splice in line to 4 wires located under the passenger seat of the Ioniq 5, as well as the Kia EV6. Now, I do need some time to verify the installation process for the Ioniq 6, but it will work with that vehicle. You can have trust in that. And I do believe that this device is also going to work with the EV9, the Niro, the Kona, all the other EVs across Hyundai, Kia, Genesis. So give me some time to get instructions together and to verify its functionality. So basically, these 4 wires splice onto 4 wires of the car. 2 little green LEDs light up on the device, signifying that it is installed properly and getting the power that it needs. And that's pretty much it. I'm not going to go into the details of the installation instructions in this video just for brevity, but there is a PDF that you can look at if you are interested that walks you through step by step from beginning to end. Now, there are some specifics about how this works that I need to tell you about. So if you have one of these cars and you have an automatic tailgate or trunk lid, then on your key fob, you will have the trunk opening button. Now, lucky for you, if you have that button, you can remotely activate and deactivate this device. So say you're gonna wash your car, you're gonna be walking around it a bunch, you don't want the door handles popping open and closing and popping open and closing. You're also definitely gonna wanna disable it if you're bringing your car into the dealership for any work. This way you're not confusing the technicians and having them wonder why the car is locking itself, because I'm sure they've never seen that in any other Hyundai or Kia. You can go ahead and press the trunk release button 3 times rapidly, and it will deactivate the device. And then if you want to turn it back on and re-enable it, you can do the same thing again. Press it 3 times in quick succession. What's nice about this device is it is smart enough to know if you've accidentally left your key fob in the car, and it will not lock the doors if it senses the fob is still located in the car. Now, many of you already know that even if you don't have this device installed, if you walk up to the car and the door handles open and present themselves to you, if you take a step back and don't open the door, they will automatically fold back into the doors. That all still works just as it should. The device also can tell when any other doors of the car are open. The device is going to wait until the very last door of the car is shut, and then it will start its countdown from 10 seconds to automatically lock the doors. If the car is in utility mode and you get out of the car and shut all the doors will not lock because it assumes that you're working around the car because you have utility mode on, say in like a camping situation. There's really only one situation where this doesn't work as ideally as I would like it, and that is the fact that when it's in accessory mode and you get out of the car and shut the doors, it will lock all the doors. And the thing that's weird about that is I noticed that the key fob will not be able to open the door at that point. You then have to either use Blue Link or the physical key from the key fob. I don't know if that's something that the manufacturer can get worked out. I am going to reach out to them and ask if they can resolve that. But other than Hyundai eventually giving us walk away based on key fob proximity, I think this is the next best thing. And honestly, it works fantastic. The installation is very quick and straightforward. I give you guys really good instructions on how to do it. So even if you've never worked on a car before or with wiring or electronics, I really believe that you guys can figure it out. So to make this installation as easy for you guys, I am wholesaling this device directly from the manufacturer, and I am putting together a little kit that includes everything you need to install the device. So that's obviously going to be the device itself. I'm going to give you 4 T-wire splices, 2 large, 2 small, because 2 of the wires are a little bit bigger than the other 2. On the back of the device, I am attaching a piece of 3M adhesive foam tape, and what that is going to do is allow you to adhere it to another control box under the passenger seat so it's not going to flop around and make any rattling noises. But all of this is available in the kit for $135. Now, if you're somebody that doesn't like the idea of just having this free floating under your car seat, then I am also 3D printing a little box that you can then stick it into, and you can put the lid on it here, and it has some holes in the side of it to allow air to cool it if it does end up getting warm. And then you can go ahead and adhere this to that module under the passenger seat. And then if you got kids, their little grubby hands are not going to be getting all over it and possibly fiddling with it too much. I am going to be charging an extra $8 for this 3D printed case if you are interested. If for whatever reason you guys accidentally damage these splices, send me a message. I'll be happy to send these to you for the cost I pay for them. They come in big packages, so it'll save you a few bucks if you're not having to buy the big pack. I just want you guys to know I am here if you have installation issues. Please shoot me a message here, leave a comment on the Facebook group, email me at ioniqguy@gmail.com. I'm always available to help you guys out. If you don't feel comfortable doing this and you still want it, go to a local car stereo shop or go to Best Buy Geek Squad and see if it's something that they would do. I'm sure somebody would be happy to take your money. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Is this going to void my warranty? No, it's not. Thanks to the Magnuson-Moss Warranty Act, it is a law in the United States that protects you, the consumer, to modify your car in any way that you want. And unless the automaker can prove that what you did to the car has caused the warranty issue, they cannot deny any claim against the warranty. And because this device is just splicing onto 4 wires that go to the seat heater controller, what is the worst that's going to happen? The worst case I can think of is that this might drain the 12-volt battery. But I've been using it for a month. I have a 2-year-old Ioniq 5. My battery is probably on the verge of being shot, so if this hasn't pushed it over the edge, then I don't know what would. I don't think this device draws very much power. And if at any point you decide you don't want it on your car anymore, you can just unclip these little T-splices, and there will be virtually no sign that anything was ever changed underneath the car seat. So if you guys are like me in any way and forget to lock your door sometimes, this could really save your butt. So in the description below will be a link to the installation instructions if you're curious to take a look at it before you jump in and purchase one. There's also a link to a Kia EV forum where people have been talking about this device with the EV6 for some time now. I haven't read every single post in there, but there's probably a lot of good information in regard to Kia EV6 installation, but know for a fact that it does work with EV6. The installation just might be a little bit different than the Ioniq 5. If this mod isn't for you, maybe something else from my shop might tickle your fancy. I have a brand new product. This is my cup holder enlarger that also has a built-in storage for your sunglasses. So as many of you know, the Ioniq 5 does not have a place to put your sunglasses overhead like in a lot of cars. So here you can do double duty, make a nice big cup holder for that big water bottle you got, as well as sunglass storage. And then I also have a new budget-friendly version of my magnetic eyewear holder for the magnetic pad next to the driver display in the Ioniq 5. So you can take your sunglasses, this is on the magnetic pad, just pop them on there, and they're nice and secure. This is only $10 versus $20 for my other eyewear holder, so check it out if you're interested. I've also got magnets that look like the Ioniq 5 and Ioniq 6 wheels. I've also got one that looks like the SE, SEL, and limited rear-wheel drive wheel as well. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. There's a join button down below too if you want to become a channel member and have early access to all of my videos. I typically upload videos days or possibly even weeks ahead of time, so you can be the first to view any new content from me. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everyone.